Now, getting to what was keeping me up all weekend, man. They got a $775 million investment with a market cap of $2 billion. For me, this is a monumental, gigantic catalyst that could result in a multi-day squeeze, potentially to all-time new highs. All right. You know what? I'm going to be biased here. I'm going to stick with my interpretation of how important this catalyst is for the future fundamentals of this company. That this situation is so good that the reason the volume's low is because the amount of purchases that have to come in, the amount of shorts that have to cover, they don't want to do them pre-market. They want the liquidity of 9:30 a.m. That's my thesis, guys. All right. So I'm looking for an explosion in the stock. Here we go, 1024. Look at this resistance right here at 1125. If you break 1125, you kind of get into this next territory up here at 1350. Those are two levels to look at. And then maybe over the span of 2 or 3 days, we can get a squeeze up to $17 or $18. This has been easy money for a while right now. And we have FOMC today. I'm a little bit worried about that. Risk assets have been coming down. Probably banks, regional banks have probably been getting hurt. Let's see. See that? KRE. And this is because of a possible worry that Powell today at the FOMC 2 p.m., they may signal a slowing of the interest rate cuts or a pause of the interest rate cuts. I think it's we're still going to get 25%. And I'm worried that, you know, this could be an excuse to have at least a short-term sell-off or just a removal of the frothiness. So I'm being a little more risk averse today. I'm not going to trade as much today. Going to have some cash today. I have some UVXY hedge as well. So those are my thoughts.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE.
So I think all the elements are coming together for a secondary surge in Trump names. You saw, probably seen my thesis on Tesla from the day after the election, calling for all-time new highs, proximal to inauguration. When I say proximal, 2 to 3 weeks before to 2 to 3 weeks after, in that time frame, calling for an all-time new high. Tesla, oh, I love Tesla. Tesla 360 plus, let's go, baby. You saw my thesis, and I have not backed down. I'm like, I don't care what the delivery numbers are. I don't care what Goldman Sachs said. All right, to me, the people focus on the sentiment of Tesla are correct. They're the ones that are going to get this right. They're the ones that are going to be here at 360 and watch this thing get an all-time highs, because Tesla will benefit over the next few years from the Trump relationship and the FSD and the robo-taxi. That's investing. Goldman Sachs is wrong. We're right. Tesla done all-time new highs. All right. So Tesla going to be in the top 5 here today. Tesla, let's go ahead and break 362 this week. All right. 385, by the way, the next target on Tesla. 385. Tesla. Unbelievable. Look at this. We've been calling this every step of the way since the election, all over this. We called this breakout early yesterday morning. Actually, the night before, we said Tesla's going to be a top pick tomorrow. We're going to break out. How did we do that, man? We have a knack for this stuff. So Tesla, we said the two levels, 365, then 385. Those are the two levels we gave you. Said we break 365, then we go to 385. Tesla was a top pick yesterday, and wow, we're like, that 385 can happen quickly. It can even happen this week. Look, 378, almost there. And then we're forecasting consistently. We've been forecasting all-time new highs of above 415, proximal to inauguration day. Who knows, at this rate, it may even come before that. When I say proximal to inauguration date, you know, kind of talking about within 2 to 3 weeks, either side of inauguration is when we get the new all-time highs on Tesla. So Tesla going to be a top 5 pick again today with this breakout, 385, your next target. I think I heard you tease something of some other developments, some other news that's going to blow our minds. You know, would you advise us not to speculate that it, you know, could be something of Palantir? That would be too crazy for you, right?
They're a great company.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the DRE. motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened?
Up in the top 5. All right. Bitcoin and Mara. Let's throw Mara in the top 5. Okay, because of the Bitcoin. All right. And then I didn't even talk about OPTT yet. What time is it? 9:15. All right. Oh my gosh. UMAC, baby. UMAC.
Look,
and guess what? Guess what,
then
guys?
everyone already
Guess
made
what?
their money. We're calling the show now.
Guess what?
Time to
Guess
go
what?
home.
Guess what? I'm not selling any yet, boy. I'm not selling any yet. All right. I'm not. I'm sorry. This is Donald Trump Jr. on a little $50 million market cap. Forget about it. And it's not just sentiment. They are going to win government contracts now. Don't you get it? I'm not selling this. I'm not selling it. All right. Because also I'm on the show and I don't have time. But maybe later I'll sell some. If I was not, to be honest with you, if I was not running this show now, I'd probably sell a little bit of 10. But, you know, oh my gosh, up 95%. Sorry. This is great. I love it.
It is. And the crazy
love
thing is,
this
I just
stuff,
tweeted
man.
about this and it was only up 45%.
Oh my gosh, our community rocks. Thank you to whoever, I forget. I'm terrible with names, so forgive me. But 1055, 1060. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. All right, let me just see this something here. Let me go back to my account now. What did I get? UMAC. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Average price 687. 5,000 shares for. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm up 20 grand on UMAC in a $70,000 trading account. That's 90,000 opening at least. Holy frickin' good Lord, have mercy. Yosef, I hope you bought UMAC this morning. Oh my gosh. This is better than a stock option. There's no options on this, by the way. All right. And we didn't up in the top 5. All right. Bitcoin and Mara. Let's throw Mara in the top 5. Okay. Because of the Bitcoin. All right. And then I didn't even talk about OPTT yet. What time is it? 9:15. All right. Oh my gosh. UMAC, baby. UMAC.
Look,
and guess what? Guess what,
then
guys?
everyone already
Guess
made
what?
their money. We're calling the show now.
Guess what?
Time to
Guess
go
what?
home.
Guess what? I'm not selling any yet, boy. I'm not selling any yet. All right. I'm not. I'm sorry. This is Donald Trump Jr. on a little $50 million market cap. Forget about it. And it's not just sentiment. They are going to win government contracts now. Don't you get it? I'm not selling this. I'm not selling it. All right. Because also I'm on the show and I don't have time. But maybe later I'll sell some. If I was not, to be honest with you, if I was not running this show now, I'd probably sell a little bit of 10. But, you know, oh my gosh, up 95%. Sorry. This is great. I love it.
It is. And the crazy
I
thing
love
is,
this
I just
stuff,
tweeted
man.
about this and it was only up 45%.
Oh my gosh, our community rocks. Thank you to whoever, I forget. I'm terrible with names, so forgive me. But 1055, 1060. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. All right, let me just see this something here. Let me go back to my account now. What did I get? UMAC. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Average price 687. 5,000 shares for. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm up 20 grand on UMAC in a $70,000 trading account. That's 90,000 opening at least. Holy frickin' good Lord, have mercy. Yosef, I hope you bought UMAC this morning. Oh my gosh. This is better than a stock option. There's no options on this, by the way. All right. And we didn't up in the top 5. All right. Bitcoin and Mara. Let's throw Mara in the top 5. Guys, listen, I'm getting validation on social media. From the likes of Dan Ives, Jim Cramer, who is not a good indicator, but when you have Dan Ives and Jim Cramer agreeing, basically saying everything I was saying in the morning show. We're talking about $926 billion company. Dan Ives is like, this is a $1.5 billion company. Automation is going to be fast-tracked in terms of federal regulations and stuff. Take a look at this. I'm looking at, let's pull back to the weekly chart. If you go to the daily, you're like, oh, it's so scary. You got a gap here. Oh my God. Right. Okay. Well, you can look, first of all, even on the daily, we're so close to that 299. It's going to test it soon. And then right after that, this is the magnet right there at 314.67. So your target's 300 to 314, 300 to 315, let's call it. But if you don't want to be scared of the gap, pull up a weekly chart. Okay. When you put up a weekly chart, just look at this and imagine
think about how important this catalyst is. This is an inflection catalyst. This means this is a catalyst when 5 years from now, you look back at the stock and you look at the chart, you can identify a point in time, right? How important is it that Trump is elected and Elon Musk is at his side and basically put him in office, right? How important is that to the company? Obviously, it's hugely important. How big should that candle be? How big should that inflection be when you look back in this chart in time from the future, right? And when you look at the weekly chart, hey, we haven't even gotten started. This 15% move is nothing. It's a blip. You haven't even missed it yet. So when can we see this like really peak out? Or I don't want to say peak out, but when is this thing going to capitulate to the upside, at least temporarily? Guess when that's going to be? I think it's pretty clear. January 20th. There's going to be a lot of hype building into that. Most of the run's probably going to happen well before that. November, December. Maybe you see this thing have that capitulation high, towards Inauguration Day, right after Inauguration. Everything's going to be baked in by then. So again, look at these weekly candles. How big should these weekly candles be to represent this monumental thing that's really going to impact fundamentals for Tesla? I mean, look, this 299 to 315, that's like very short term. That could be tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow or Friday or Monday, might very well be tomorrow, 300 to 315. If you want to talk about a game-changing inflection for the company, you got to think this thing has got to be maybe somewhere between 380 and the all-time high by Inauguration Day, all right? Or at least 360 to 415 by Inauguration Day. That's my target. This is the opportunity. That's the analysis.
Okay, so you have an additional tailwind in RCAT as a defense stock, plus this event after the close. Yesterday, on that anticipation, we hit 562. I think this is a really good bet. I bought some in pre-market, some trading shares on top of my core shares, because I'm anticipating a move even beyond this 510 ask here right now. All right.
Hitchcock can take it away.
I'll just leave this up for a few seconds.
I took it all the way at
A
550.
few quick notes on the web while
I'm
we have
buying
this,
as much as I can.
slide up. So
all the way to
again, we
550.
designed this in less than 5 months, and we delivered.
Look at this technical breakout. Do you see how beautiful this is, right? It's a little bit hard to see.
No, I see it. It's gorgeous right there. Look at that.
Okay, that's your target. 775. Okay, we're at 555, 559 now. I think I heard you tease something of some other developments, some other news that's going to blow our minds. Would you advise us not to speculate that it, could be something of Palantir? That would be too crazy for you, right?
They're a great company.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
I think I heard you tease something of some other developments, some other news that's going to blow our minds. Would you advise us not to speculate that it, could be something of Palantir? That would be too crazy for you, right?
They're a great company.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
All right, guys. Sorry for that technical hiccup. I'm a little short-handed today. Rhett was not able to be with us today, so I got to do all the technical stuff here myself. All right. So, wow, what a crazy, crazy time period. I think we got to have a nice little macro discussion before we get into just the stellar, incredible predictions we made yesterday. Off the hook, man. Actually, let me just show you this first. Let me see if this comes over. You see this? All right. This is a trade account that set up 2.5 months ago to basically trade the ideas in our Discord. Things up 1,500% from 17,000 to going to be over 300,000 today in just 2.5 months. So it's been awesome. Been going well. Our Discord's been killing it. Macro discussion. Let's spend some time on this, not looking at the indice levels, but just talking about the market dynamics we have now. A lot of this has been predicted. Okay. I've been telling you, I teased it. The first one was a Thanksgiving period where the hedge funds are out to lunch. They're out on the beach having their pina coladas. That means they're not shorting. That means retail's in control. All right. This is phase two, the second. And you saw that Black Friday, right? That was crazy. And the day before Thanksgiving. Same thing happening now. We have 3 more days of it. Today, Monday, Tuesday, December 31st, right? 3 more days of absolute craziness that retail is going to control. Doesn't mean the same exact stocks that went up yesterday will go up today. The money rotates. It finds new sectors. I think today they're like getting into the battery stocks and stuff like that. All right. But this is the period to maybe be a little more risk on lower quality names, high short position names, micro caps, small caps. Not only that, but we have the January effect going on. Right, January effect is a little more in depth, a little more meat to it, and these are stocks that start taking off right after Christmas, but continue doing well all of January. So we have a number of January effect stocks. I can't share those with you here. I'll tell you the ones that took off. Actually, let me just do this. We gave you. Let me just switch to the top list. All right, we gave you 10 January effect ideas. One of them already hit the target right there. SMSI just in 3 days hit our target, and we closed that out at $1.60, 60% return in 3 days. That's a January effect idea. 9 other January effect ideas. In fact, that's not the only one that's worked really well. Let's see. Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I will just tease you one other because it's been doing well. This came out AEHR as our top January effect play, and it's doing pretty good here. You can see in the 3 days since 2 days, 2 days since Christmas. I don't even know anymore. All right. So, but anyway, it's been doing pretty well here, and targets up there. Initial target. This is loaded, man. We rated these January effect plays based on a score that we gave based on sentiment, catalyst, fundamentals, and technicals. We did that in an interactive Zoom session in our Discord the other week, and AIR came out number 1. So our January effect ideas are working. Okay. A macro perspective, again, hedge funds out to lunch, and don't expect this to last. You know, one of the things I've been telling folks is you keep, right? And it's not going to always be like this. Or probably come January 2nd, you're going to see these hedge funds come back and short the shit out of some of these micro caps that have exploded. All right. So just be aware of that. The situation is going to change. Speaking of the macro, I've had some very specific predictions, and it's worth talking about that again today. So 3 more days of off the hook retail and control short squeezes. After that, come January 2nd, I worry about tax deferral selling, particularly in the high flyers of 2024. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a Zoom Sunday night. So tentatively put that in your calendar, Sunday night, 8 p.m. But I need your help. Let's make a list of stocks that went up too much in 2024 that don't deserve it. Those stocks could be clobbered January 2nd. We're going to hedge. We're going to hedge a little bit ahead of that. So potential market pullback to start the year because of this crazy move we've had in November to December will incentivize folks to wait until January to sell. So beware of that. After that, we have the inauguration coming up January 20th. So maybe we'll get a little pullback and then renewed optimism as people look forward to Trump taking office on January 22nd. But beware, we could have a sell the news, it may be significant, longer lasting, deeper, broader, sell the news starting January 19th, January 20th, January 21st, something like that. So it's not always going to be like this, right? And the key is, can you keep the money? It's easy to make money in a bull market. It's hard to keep your money once the market changes and it becomes choppy and becomes bearish. And we're going to help walk you through that in our community at Discord. We already did that once with the FOMC. Remember, we predicted what would happen with FOMC. We reacted correctly to Powell's comments and the Q&A very astutely. And I was able to, at least hopefully many people in our community were able to hit record highs in our trade account on that day when the market was flushing down. We were up for 2 days in a row because we were shorting the market. We had a nice hedge on because we accurately predicted that. So if you want to hold on to the gains, if you don't plan about this, if you don't think about how can I preserve my capital, how can I hold on to my gains, you're going to lose everything. So join us at storytrading.com/Discord. You'll never see this code again. 50% off. This is for the holidays. Thrive 2025. That's the coupon code at storytrading.com/Discord. So no earnings report, really no catalyst at this time. It's all about, this is just all about those short squeezes and the small caps and the micro caps and those January effect names, which are in fact doing well. So let's take a look at some of these crazy predictions we've had over the last few days. This inflection point catalyst on RUM, you saw the video earlier. I predicted $17 to $18 within 2 to 3 days. When did I make that prediction? When the stock was $10 in pre-market on December 23rd. It was $10. I said 2 to 3 days, 17 to 18. 1, 2, 3, day 3, 17.38. In pre-market on day 4, 17.17 to 17.18. That's a bit ass. So we made a ton of money on another crystal ball accurate prediction on RUM. How about this? ABAT. All right. Well, we were in this thing early, all right, but unfortunately we didn't stick around for this big move. But after the big move started yesterday on this show, I think it was, someone mentioned, or maybe it was in our Discord, someone mentioned, what about ABAT? ABAT had a big day, and I looked at it, gave you guys a price target yesterday of $3.80. Okay, the thing was $2.80. It was $2.80 when I gave a target of $3.80 for the day. It hit $3.85. Some of us played that. I played that, and I sold right about $3.75 or so. They did an offering last night. Not interested in that today. It's $3.65 by $3.75. So another perfect prediction yesterday, and told about SMSI hitting perfectly our $1.60 target. What about RR? Yesterday, this was one of our top picks. All right, we saw that strong pre-market action. There's some other catalysts that were going around. So RR, we gave you a $3.20 price target yesterday. What did it hit? $3.20. That's sick, isn't it? Oh, actually, that's pre-market. Okay, yesterday it hit $3.18. All right. Now, we got close. When it was $3.17, I gave the alert out. I'm out at $3.17, and I saw some folks in our Discord sold at $3.15, right near the high. Obviously, it's not always going to hit by the penny. I usually set my sell orders right before the target, or I sell on the way up, right? And I guide people through that in our Discord as we're shaving some up as it's reaching our target. So another just accurate, perfect call, almost to the penny. Another one, OPTT. Yesterday, gave you a target of, was it 55 cents? 53 cents. Okay, it was 53 and then 60 cents. What was the high yesterday? All right, so yesterday gave you a target of 53 and 60 cents based on the daily chart. All right, OPTT there. All right, 53. Where did I get the 53? Oh, it was this gap, basically. It was the top of that gap and the bottom of this gap, 53 to 60 cents, and it hit the target pretty much perfectly. In and out. That was also a top. I don't know if it was officially a top 5 pick yesterday, but we're playing it, and we made some good money on OPTT. I'm currently out of that since it hit the target. I think I sold at $54.99. All right, so that was beautiful. Wow, it's just been fire. And then MOB, we've been. This was my largest day trade position over the last 2 weeks, overtaken by TRUG. We're going to talk about that in just 1 second. But MOB, we've been noting the technicals here for several days here. Hidden technical signals in here that was hard to read. It was right in here. I said, this looks like chop, but it's not chop. We have an all-time new closing high. We're tracking that. We're also tracking the highest low of day. There are some very strong technical signals that look like chop if you looked on the daily chart not carefully. And I'm like, this thing's going to break out. We're going to be up tomorrow. And so it was. Up again every day. MOB, the most undervalued drone stock still on the market. So we're just killing it, folks. But don't get used to it. Start thinking about capital preservation. You only have 3 more days of this craziness left. And then you're back into fundamentals matter. You're back into you have to have patience. You're back into chop. You're back into shorts coming into your plays. It's not going to be as easy. 3 more days of fun. And then be careful. Now, what is our top pick of the day? It's going to be TRUG. And we got to give credit where credit is due. This one chosen by SupDup Investor. Now, we don't normally jump on all of his picks. We absolutely don't. We do our own due diligence, but we looked at this one. TRUG, together with the Godfather. I saw the press release first. I'm like, man, I tagged Godfather on this. I'm like, this actually looks like it could be decent. They had about a month ago, a little over a month ago, they upped their guidance. It looked like they were profitable, tiny little market cap. I'm like, this is interesting. So then later in the day, Godfather looked at this and he dug deeper and he agreed with me and he gave us more color on the capital structure and the balance sheet. It looks like this is trading at a forward, I think forward, if you sequentialize their earnings, EV, not sequentialize, if you annualize it, EV to EBITDA ratio of 3.5, 3.5 when this thing was like at 70 cents. So anyway, we made this a 4-pillar pick. The details are in our Discord, the trade plan, the targets. Briefly, I could just tell you $1 to $2 roughly is the targets. We have more information on how to trade that, what to expect as it hits each of these targets, what kind of time frame we're looking at. So TRUG became my largest position in my trade account yesterday. I think about a 25% position. So already looking really good. All right, heading over to new all-time highs in our trade account here. This is going to be beautiful. TRUG, the #1 pick of the day. All right, I put in the title there, I put TRUG in 3 times. That's actually the one I think I have most conviction on since yesterday, believe it or not. All right, so what else do we have here? I do want to mention, though, higher quality names that you can think about holding into January. I told you about AIR already. Root is starting to turn around. This is my 3rd largest position in my retirement account. Look at that candle. Ooh, isn't that pretty? You know what? I'm going to put Root in the top 5 today. All right, Root, target, 20 DMA, 83.40. Let's call it by Tuesday. All right, it may even happen today. All right, so Root looking beautiful. So we got TRUG, we got Root, we got AIR as a continued swing. Let's see what else we got for you over here. And I said, yeah, the battery stocks are taking off, like QuantumScape and ENVX and Frey. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to do much with these. Wow, look at this. I added RDW to my retirement. I took a little trade. I scalped out of it and then put it in my retirement account because I wanted to hold it. RDW, potential supplier to SpaceX, maybe just getting found. Look at this beautiful chart. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on here. And RUG and maybe Root. And that's it. All right. And INVZ actually looks interesting. I also added this to my long-term account after that news they had a couple days ago. So in any case, I'm out of here. I'm a little bit shorthanded. We'll see. Maybe I'll, you know what? Maybe we'll do some Discord. How about we do some live Discord trading today? Why don't we do that? All right. But I'm not sure I'm going to do much trading. I'm just going to sit on TRUG until it hits $1 maybe. All right. So in any case, let's head on over to our Discord. We'll see you there. Storytrading.com/Discord. Coupon code Thrive2025 is only good till the end of this year. 50% off. We'll see you. Take care.